I think the biggest thing about stopping cyberbullying is first you have to make sure that you have some sort of relationship with your students. Because if you have that relationship with the students, when they get into situations that make them uncomfortable, or they feel like they're going to do something and it's going to translate into something in the classroom, they'll come and talk to you about it. Most of the time we find out because students talk, and there may be an issue between the two of you, but if you're talking to this person over here, then that person might have the relationship and be like, ooh, Miss Martin. And most of the time they're gossiping. Sometimes the problem with cyberbullying is not knowing about it. But I am a firm believer that sometimes the not knowing about it is the problem of the parent, the problem of the teacher. You know, we need to be more aware of what our children are doing. If you are real as a parent, if you're looking at your child and you realize your child spent a whole lot of time on Facebook, personally, I think if you are younger than a certain age, your parents need to be your Facebook friend. Point blank, period. Because that way, when you post something, it needs to show up in my timeline so that I know what kind of stuff you're posting. And then what I'm seeing is a lot of times we'll have these cases where there's this problem between these two students and the parent knew nothing about it. And the parent is on Facebook, but she never sees her child's comments, or he never notices what kind of stuff that the child is putting on Facebook. They can't, and they didn't build a relationship with their child, so the child is not telling them when things are going wrong. They're not telling them when they're being consistently picked on. They're not telling them when there's, all of these problems. And then by the time the parent hears about it, it's too late. It's become physical, or the child has decided to take their own life. So, the biggest preventer of cyberbullying is going to be the relationships you build. And I think our biggest issue is we're not taking the time to build those relationships.
The problem that we inherit as educators, as teachers, it stems from home. So without the supervision of the parent checking their students or their kids' Facebook pages or the other social media outlets, so they will know what's going on. Students feel comfortable with certain teachers, so they will inform that teacher. And teachers such as myself, we act as a mediator between the two students who are involved in the altercation or the possible fight. We try to bring them in. We try to resolve it, or we also have peers who are neutral, and they can go in and they can try to talk about it, try to resolve it. We've also had, prep rallies. We just had an anti-bullying meeting with the staff, and we're going to have an anti-bullying program. We had one at the beginning of the year to inform our students that this is cyberbullying. These are the effects that, cyberbullying have not only on you but on other students, and these are the repercussions that you will have if we catch you cyberbullying. So we're trying to do a lot of putting it in your face, letting the students know this is wrong, but we're also here to support you because our district is is zero tolerance on any form of bullying, whether it is cyberbullying or even, face-to-face.
Well, I had made a status that said, haha, this status if you think, if you want to fight me, something like this. And she said, and she haha do it, everybody haha do it, but everybody else took it as a joke, but she didn't. So I said, what's up? And then she said, you missed it, something like that. You missed it, but what you want to do? We can fight after school and all this stuff. She was just saying stuff like this. So I was like, okay. Well, we was walking by the church. And then everybody was like, who gonna hit first? Who gonna hit first? That was really boosting it up. And I hit her first. Yeah, it was two. The one on social media and another one because she was my friend at the time. But I went with this boy. And then she started going with him. But she thought I was mad. But I wasn't because, it's a boy. And she started rolling her eyes at me, bumping into me. I was just like, every time she bumped into me, I was like, don't bump into me. And then it really started right there, too. And then we got on Facebook. She just be talking about me and all this stuff, saying different random stuff about me, not directing it, but I know it's for me.